Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. We're gonna go ahead and do the second day.
Oh, Doctor, glad I caught you. I thought you might want to hear what Ben had to say. Quick catch up?
Go ahead, Jaya. So,
I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for a while. He's still pretty shook up about finding the body. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often in the line of work he's in. Anyway, he said he found the body at exactly 20 minutes past 10. For some reason, the first thing he did was look at his watch. That's all he'd say before he'd shut down. The police weren't very talkative either.
well, there's a reason why the police can't say things.
Yes, Ben found Dr. Dekker's body on Valentine's night in his office. In your office.
Interesting.
Yes, you know, the 14th of February, the day of love. Or remembering a massacre. Whichever's more you.
Alright, Jaya. So,
I wouldn't say we were best friends, but we did spend a lot of time together. You know, there's only two of us that work here. I'm sure we'll become friends too, Doctor. Just try not to get murdered.
isn't she lovely?
The police wanted to know what I was doing Valentine's night, you know, when the body was found. I was at home, all on my lonesome. So I guess that makes me a suspect.
Alright.
I think the police want you to make a short list of suspects, or maybe even find the killer. You're seeing all the patients that were on the books when he was killed. There was no forced entry, so they think it might be someone he knew, or someone who had access to the office. Yeah, like little old me. Do you think I'm a suspect, Doctor? And you barely know me. I'm flattered. They did mention I needed grief counselling though, and I said you'd sort me out. I know you haven't agreed, but just so you know, it's very kind of you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Alright, wait. I don't need to know that. Okay. Next day, please. I mean, look, I said previously 1 day per episode, but I'm not gonna do an episode of like 3 minutes. No way, let's continue.
I'm having a loop day.
Hi.
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again? You didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
Oh, fuck. School.
Well done, Doctor. Yeah, we met at secondary. Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right? I suppose it's funny for you. You won't remember. Anyway, I think I'll probably head home. This isn't helping.
Sorry. But that's fine. Next day, please.
I'm having a loop day.
Hello, Nathan.
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
Jai is my assistant.
I suppose you did remember that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah? Yeah, at secondary school. It's been fun, but I've got a pill. Dr. Dekker gave me this pill. He told me if I took it, I'd never have another loop day. It's got a small skull and crossbones on it. Should I take the tablet, Doctor?
No. Because skull and crossbones means pirates.
You're cool. I don't think this is getting us anywhere, though. I'll see you tomorrow. Again.
No worries. So, next day.
I'm having a loot day.
I know.
It's a do-over day. You won't remember it. What's the name of your assistant again?
Chaya is my
Well
assistant.
done. Can you remember where I met Hannah? Yeah, great. Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me? I never mentioned a pill this time, or a tablet. What the hell is going on here? Are you reliving my days?
Pretty much.
Something somewhere has changed since you arrived. Like some kind of sim theory. It's a thing. Some professor believes we could be living inside a computer simulation and someone is controlling us. And there are millions of these sims. And someone somewhere behind a keyboard is just causing havoc. I'm starting to think you have that keyboard, Doctor. Wait, don't answer that. I don't want to know.
It's a controller, Nathan. Alright. Yes.
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black
I
out,
don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just...
naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
So, Valentine's Day.
Ooh. Deja vu. Are you sitting in exactly the same place I left you last night? Oh, that's where it all starts, Doctor. Anyway, do you think you can fit me in today? Looking at the diary, it's just the usual suspects, and you must be getting sick of them already. I've got this for you, too. It's some more footage from Professor Alderby that was hiding away. Well, come find me if you need anything.
Sure. Will do. I forgot. No. Right, square.
Nothing, of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one, the elder god, Cthulhu, however you address him. Listen to me! You're not listening! It's your only bloody job! Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered. Without chaos, he has less power. When there's too much order, he becomes impotent. So he needs to instill chaos again. And do you know how he does this? No. And yes, but you're being too granular. He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you. Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses. Anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity. You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos. It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and harm your own. I doubt it. But can I make you question your reality? Definitely. But in doing so, I would be promoting more chaos. On the basis the central component of our universe is chaos, science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time, as by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next. Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3, 2, 1. You think nothing happened. Where's your glass, Doctor?
Perfect. Okay. So...
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it.
Fair
Yesterday,
enough.
I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes. I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. Just the clothes. I decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor? Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. If that's even a thing. I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It was the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
Good.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Jaya.
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
What did you say?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
A missed call. A missed call. I don't get... What were you doing at the time? It was a missed call. I don't get his answer. Like, what were you doing at the time of Dekker's murder? It was a missed call. I was in a mood for conversation. I don't get what he's telling me.
We walk alone without our angel.
It's pretty.
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
Sure.
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I
Okay.
could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Well... Fuck.
The far to the rocking chair. I never like the way it moves forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards.
There you go, Nathan.
I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me. She was an angel to everyone.
Okay.
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Nope. Look when you're ready.
Thanks, Doctor. I appreciate that. I still don't think I'm ready to move forward in that respect.
There's no rush. So...
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts. You Doctor and you Hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, Mariana. La la la.
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know?
Nope.
He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Great. Yeah, that kind of shit don't work on me, girl.
I didn't do anything on Valentine's Day. I washed my hair, and then I walked along the beach for the whole night. It's actually true. I saw one of your patients, actually. The nurse. She was on the pier with someone. Pretty much all of the night, too, so I can vouch for her, even though she probably didn't see me. I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. Kind of missed it. You do something a lot, you're gonna miss it.
Depends.
I suspect I'll go back there soon, but it's helped with the blackouts. Yeah, drinks. I think Dr. Dekker ordered neat whiskey. I had water. I don't drink.
That's good.
I guess it was a couple of days before Valentine's Day. It wasn't a date or anything. I noticed in our sessions that he'd been acting a little strange. He just didn't seem right. I wanted to find out what was wrong.
What the fuck? I don't want to ask any of this.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior, is it?
It's not.
I think her name was Scarlett? One of his patients, an older woman. I guess that's how he liked them. I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
The fuck? Don't!
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful. Makes me feel dull by comparison. I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Sorry to
Fuck!
cut in, Doctor. I've just had a phone call from a solicitor. Ben's trying to sue us for nervous shock. Should I go and see him to talk it out, or should I find a solicitor to represent us? Sorry to be pushy, I just think we should act quickly before it's too late.
Jaya, you're gonna give me a fucking heart attack. You fucking idiot. What can I ask? I don't want to ask anything else. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. So Mariana, hold on. So she's got an octopus on her neck, right there. She has blackouts, and she's fascinated by the beach, and she sees something beautiful in the sea. Oh goodness me. Elin.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
Okay.
Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus Hilda's getting worse.
Okay.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died. I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really. Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die.
Yes.
But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket? Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it. Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date. Different to what I'm used to. It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and I went home, alone. I think it was about 11 when I left Max. I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to, if you think I need an alibi. Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Here we go.
Help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way. Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
Huh.
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them. I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone. Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it.
No.
You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
No. Your patient wanted to give the locket to their family. You shape-shifted to resemble that family. Elin, Boy, oh boy. Claire!
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died. I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick. I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Yes, you can talk to the girl. But
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house. Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor?
yes, you can.
Then I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there.
Okay, she's happy. So, some of these choices, by the way, I'll reveal if I made them in my first playthrough or not when I finish the game. So...
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing. The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him. Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he. They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too. Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them. I'm sure he'll get better with practice. Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake house, watching David, like I always do.
Okay, that's enough for me. That's enough for me.
There's something I want to tell you about. Something else that's wrong with me.
Go ahead.
I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
Here we go.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
I don't know what a fairground is, honestly.
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched, so I gave her purse back, and the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture.
Here it is.
Sometimes I see a girl standing behind you. I don't know who it is. I don't know what you're asking me either.
What?
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They had a display with the theme Love Conquers All. I didn't get most of the paintings, but they were well done.
Mm-hmm.
I dug the grave for Dr. Dekker. I helped carry his coffin to the burial site.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what?
Yeah?
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. Why do you think that is? No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
So where's Dekker?
I'm guessing he was buried somewhere else, or cremated. Somebody somewhere didn't want his body going in the ground. Do you want to be cremated or buried, Doctor?
I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit about whether I'll be buried or cremated.
Possibly a relative of yours. Possibly a patient that died here. I'm not sure. She doesn't normally say anything.
Would I go to a fairground?
Ha! That was just an example, Doctor. I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
No. I can't, Bryce. I can't. Like, I legit don't know. Like, I don't care about this. Well, I don't know.
If you're buried, people can bring you back. You don't want to see people when they've come back.
Okay. I'll steal things. I wouldn't do that.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me. Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles. I've always wondered what she looks like naked.
Here we go.
1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and... I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Yep.
I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
Sure it is.
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed. He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice... He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
We're good. Jasmine. Oh, okay, I know her.
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often. What happened to Dr. Dekker?
Well, you're not gonna believe this, but he's been murdered.
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you? Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now.
That would be helpful. But I'm good with you. Lacey's an interesting character, but alright guys, I'm gonna show you something really cool.
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
Nope.
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife. So I started a neighbourhood watch. It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes... Poor Agnes. She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth. It killed them. It looks normal enough. A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman. I know because I heard my other neighbours shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing.
That smile.
I don't know. I didn't answer the door. Best not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house. I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face.
Mm-hmm.
And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes. I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Dr. Dekker. He didn't believe me either. I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they? Have they?
I think this is what I picked on my first playthrough.
They haven't found her because that thing ate her. Or made her disappear or something. Her useless husband managed to survive unscathed, though. Don't know much about him, other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing either. He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd... No. He's a weaselly little man. He spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there. The constant digging and building, pruning and sawing.
What a thing to say. Why would you say that? I kept watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave, and you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer. Unless... Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think... I need to call the police. I need to call them now. But they won't listen to me. I tried to tell them about the monster, but they didn't believe me. They won't believe me about this, I promise you. Please, could you call them, Doctor?
Here's the thing. If I call the police, and I did call the police in the first playthrough, something really interesting happens. And I really, really, really want to choose this. But I'm gonna let you watch what happened to me, so...
Thank you, Doctor. Now give me a pen and I'll write down the details for you. Don't you want to know why Dr. Dekker called me the leech lady?
Go for it.
He said that I leech thoughts from people. Suck 'em right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too. I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway? Doctor, you're so good. We're going to get on just fine.
There you go. She's the murderer of Agnes. And we fell right into her trap. Oh, Lacey. Alright, honey, you.
Hey, you. Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it, though.
We'll see.
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
So Dekker tried to call, or would call, Nathan. Nathan mentioned a missed call.
I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him. It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order. Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Okay.
Yes. Letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters... He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Okay. So...
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her.
Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
Follow Mariana. Okay.
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
She's very accurate.
Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Nope. Just the way she is.
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
And Nathan.
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
I don't remember who Tom is.
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby. Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly.
Oh God.
Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened? He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
What in the fuck? Oh, you're still in the red.
I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. You know, here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
He resigned.
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. You know, it's sad. But doctors come and go, and only poor Jaya remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere. You know, I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that. Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
I'm non-native. I don't know what a trustee is. Oh, fuck.
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Let's move on to the next day, because now we can. Hopefully you like the story there with Jaya. It completely blew my mind. I felt like I was so lit. Like, it was just something out of the blue. Like, I completely was not expecting that, and it really had an impact on my first playthrough. So hopefully you also got something out of it. I really wanted to choose the other option, but hey, content. Anyways, thank you for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.